Breaking news: Victoria Alonso, one of the frontrunners and showrunners who's a veteran at Marvel Studio, has just exited the studio. Welcome back to Views with Teaser Genevieve News. This is Drama Hughes, and if you haven't done so already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, click the bell notification so that way you'll be notified of future uploads and updates. So, Hollywood Reporter, as well as other mainstream media outlets, have reported that Victoria Alonso, who's remained responsible for the MCU as well as some of the previous films in the MCU, is gone. Now, there's no reason that was stated for her departure, but they stated that she's been exiting. Most likely, she could have been fired, or she probably resigned on her own recognizance, or she was forced to resign, which simply means that she was fired. Now, there's no details out there at this moment, but I guarantee you it's because of the dismal performance of the Marvel Phase 4 MCU, as well as Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania flopping in the box office, okay? So, these mainstream media outlets are just going to go ahead and flaunt and say her accomplishments, as well as how successful she was. All right, so this is really big, and I knew this was going to happen, but let's go into detail to what they said that she was responsible for. It says here that she was responsible for many of the works and everything, and also talks about here in Hollywood Reporter where she's been there at the Marvel Studios for 17 years. Okay. So they stated her early beginnings, like at a Mercedes-Benz dealership in California, and also contributed with when she joined the studio in 2006 as chief of visual effects. So in other words, she was head of the visual effects department, of course, where she was also named the co-producer of 2008's Iron Man. She also served as a co-producer of Iron Man 2, which was in 2010, Thor, Captain America: First Avenger, and as well. But it also says here that her departure comes in shadow of Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania's poor showing at the box office and among critics and fans. Okay, and it also talks about here with her involvement with what was happening in Florida. It says here, in addition to her behind the scenes work, Alonso has been an important ambassador for the studio's representation efforts and was outspoken during Disney's dispute with Florida over its Don't Say Gay bill. I told y'all she was responsible for much of the woke content out there, especially in Marvel's Phase 4. What does this also mean? Does this mean that will X-Men actually be X-Men, or is it just going to still be the mutants? Okay, I hope it's not, but at the same time, what will this mean for the future of the MCU? Will it go on to continue with the woke, or will it just stop at the as soon as after she left or she leaves? Most likely, even after she leaves, most likely Kevin Feige might also throw in there the all the woke elements under the approval of Bob Iger. Okay, so that's my thoughts and that's my guess about it. Deadline reporting that she exited after a nearly 2-decade run. So this her accomplishments up here including Ant-Man and Wasp Quantumania, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, Thor: Love and Thunder, Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness, as well as Loki, Miss Marvel, and the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special. In other words, she's responsible for all the failed stuff, with possibly with the exception of the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special. A lot of people said that they liked that when they enjoyed it, but she's also been outspoken constantly as a champion of diversity and entertainment. In other words, she was, like I stated before, she was responsible for all the woke elements in the MCU. Okay. And then there was also Variety also reporting that she's been exiting and everything. Also talk about her accomplishments, including the She-Hulk Attorney at Law, which was on Disney Plus. Okay, it says here that the third installment of the Ant-Man franchise has its largest opening weekend ever at $105 million, but fell below 2015's Ant-Man and 2018's Ant-Man and the Wasp at the worldwide box office. Last year's TV series She-Hulk Attorney at Law also received some backlash for the look of a titular green hero among devoted DC MCU fans. Okay, so we have confirmation that she left this Marvel Studios, and she was also responsible for all of the woke elements that has upset many in the fandom. And I'll admit it, even I was upset. Okay, she was one of the main reasons why I tuned out of the MCU. Okay, her as well as Kevin Feige. And let's remind you all, she was the one responsible for all of the woke elements in the films. It was it wasn't Kevin Feige. It was all her. It was all on her. It was her ideas. Kevin Feige was just the yes man. He was the front man. He was the front runner, but she was doing all those workings behind the scenes. She was controlling everything. Okay. So let me know your thoughts about this. How do you feel about her exit? What do you think actually happened behind the scenes? What made her exit? Was she fired? Did she resign on her own conscience? Let me know in the comments below. Also, let me know what went wrong in the comments below. Be sure to smash the like button if you enjoyed what I stated in the video. Also, if you enjoyed the content I put out today, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Click the bell notification so that way you'll be notified of future uploads and updates. Until then, peace.